This is a world like no other.
And yet, like every other world, it starts with narration.
This is a world of pirates.
He said pirates as if it was the most exciting revelation imaginable, as if forgetting how utterly mistreated my pirate boner's been by the last 17 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. 22 years ago based on when? I have no point of reference. You just said this is a world like no other, but does it still have the same 2001 that we do? Why does 22 years ago matter?
Gold Roger!
Whoa, Sudden Dust and Hookman, right? No? Isn't it? It totally is. It isn't? Ooh, it's my favorite game. Spot who will eventually be important to the plot. Also, living in a world where Nike will slip product placement into facial hair.
You wanna know where my treasure is?
Actually, I'm guessing most people in the crowd just want to know what you're saying because there's just no way they can hear you all the way up there.
Wealth, fame, power. I found everything this world has to offer.
Yeah, but now you're dead. If you couldn't use any of those things to avoid execution, I think I'll stick to sinning beloved anime adaptations. Although not zero, the risk of being executed by the state is significantly lower.
Take to the seas. My treasure is yours to find.
And the crowd goes wild, running to their ships, lost in feverish excitement thanks to the brand new information that Gold Roger's treasure is somewhere in the sea. Is he still alive? Do these people not know how to execute properly? How hard can it be? This is hardly a two-person job. Present day? Like 2023 present day? I could have avoided this entire hernia if you ditched that opening subtitle and just labeled this as 22 years later. That's all you need me to know.
I'm setting out to follow my dream. To find the One Piece.
Roll piece commercials.
Are you with me? Mutiny.
Well, technically it's only a mutiny if your crew rebels against you. Since that bird hadn't agreed to join your crew yet, their abandoning you doesn't count as mutiny. Not off to a great start, Pirate King. Penetrating someone else's boat with your love cannons. I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying, but I'm certain it's a sin. Far be it for me to try and limit an individual's manicure, but it just takes one of them to catch on the leather grip and your amazing manicure and precious cuticles are gone. The water posters are informative in terms of ranking villains, but why throw us into a money system with no references? For all I know, 5 million berries is like $5. Smashing the expensive camera instead of using said camera to film the person being smashed so I can sin it for being too gory.
You had a list of pirates and their bounties.
And of course I was at the top.
Actually, your name wasn't on it.
Not being smart enough to know when to lie. There's a time and a place for honesty, and on your knees at the mercy of a narcissistic pirate with a mace fetish is, checks notes, not one of them.
I'm not gonna kill you, all right?
Koby believes this. The problem is that this is exactly what a person who was about to kill you would also say.
What do they look like? Pirates of scum. They're thieves and murderers.
Scum is not a visual description. Luffy asks what pirates look like, not a descriptor of their common activities. Also, dude, please hold up on all this honesty. You're telling this to an absolute stranger also that the audience can know how you really feel about pirates.
Shanks, he's back.
But confusingly, your accent isn't.
Easy with this route. It's worth more than the rest of the loot put together.
Announcing this very loudly to your thieving crew of thieving pirate thieves. Also, if that's true, why was it left with the rest of the loot? Keep that shit under your bunk, Captain. Did I mention the thing about thieving pirate thieves that are famous for thieving?
Our favorite street urchin come to welcome us back.
I'm not an urchin. I'm a pirate.
Riff raff, street rat, I will sin that. If only they'd try harder, would they dodge a cliche? Yes, sirree.
She tells me when to eat, when to sleep.
And your goal is to join the Marines, an organization famous for telling people when to eat and sleep. Koby, you might want to rethink your life.
So why don't you just leave? No one leaves Alvida. She'll never let me go. You should never let anyone tell you what you can't do.
That's really easy to say coming from the guy we're about to find out is basically invulnerable to pain and macing. Not everyone is so lucky, Luffy. Check your elasticated privilege before dishing out advice.
He said that you were mean and cruel. And that you're as dumb as a sea cow.
Snitches, and worse still, snitches that snitch about things that weren't even said. Storing your entire cache of gunpowder inside your ship's wheel is certainly a choice. Did the hat get superpowers too? Shouldn't it look at least a little emaciated? It's a mace pun. I don't think I like how his limbs look stretched.
Membership would make you even more invincible.
How does joining an organization increase one's invincibility? Is invulnerability a perk that comes with a paid subscription? How is that delivered, Mr. 7? Yeah, that's pretty cool, until you realize that it reduces visibility. And yeah, maybe Zoro doesn't need it, but we, the viewer, do. How am I supposed to see his wicked 6 slices in the dark? Bragging about how great an assassin you are, and then running straight into your target belly first.
How did you stretch like that? It's kind of a long story.
So here's a bucket of flashback exposition instead. Also, I ate the gum fruit. There, long story explained in 5 words or less. Leaving the treasure you just claimed was worth more than the rest of the loot combined within reach of a dumb kid so they can eat it. This box appears to contain a strange purple thing that looks like nothing I've ever seen before, so naturally, I'm going to eat the whole damn thing.
If that's what you want, I think you should do it. I'll help you out.
Why am I smiling? Stop that. You get back to frowning lips. Unless, could it be that Iñaki Godoy has so successfully captured the spirit of Luffy's boundless optimism and support of his friends that I'm having fun? Damn it, Godoy. I know he's made of rubber, but there is no way his neck is comfortable right now. I'm sore just looking at him.
Sorry, boys. Thanks for the rescue.
There's no way in hell that these two didn't A, feel this little boat rock as Nami jumped off of it, B, hear her take these hooks off, and C, well, I don't really have a C, but these things always sound better in 3s.
We already have our food. More is better. More is better.
Yeah, but if you're super stretchy, does that mean that your stomach will just keep expanding too? Man, now I want these powers more than ever. No, I don't. But I kind of do. But I definitely don't. But I kind of do. The writers needed to establish a connection between Zoro and this girl so quickly that they just have her walk up and randomly start laughing at him. Also, kids.
It's the brown stuff.
Chocolate. Makes everything taste better.
Not realizing that everything includes shrimp, steak, nachos, feces, shoes, dogs, house keys, rocks, and pigeons.
Do you know who I am?
Discount Draco Malfoy? Long-haired Roy Batty? Less interesting Daemon Targaryen?
A head Marine with a bad haircut.
How does Zoro know that Country Club Legolas is a Marine? He's in his regular ass clothes. Okay, this might be a Marine bar, but there are plenty of non-Marines in here. The amount of effort it took to pretend this blade is stuck in this bar when it so very clearly isn't.
My father will give you anything you want.
Who's your father?
Captain Morgan.
Of all the people for Zoro to pick a fight with, he manages to pick the asshole son of the head Marine of this base because we've only got 28 minutes left to get this crew together. The director told Discount Jaws to sharpen their literal hand axe during this meeting and with no protective eyewear just so we'd know how much of a badass he is.
But you were her prisoner.
Yeah, but I knew who I was. Now I have no idea.
Thinking that knowing you're a slave is better than not being a slave and not knowing what you are but knowing you aren't a slave. You know?
I made a promise to someone a long time ago to become the world's greatest swordsman.
Being vague about your motivations with a complete stranger instead of telling them nothing at all, just so you can drip feed backstory to the audience.
You can untie me, but I'm still not going to join your crew.
Why isn't Zoro more mad about being untied right now? Zoro has volunteered to be here. He chose to accept this punishment so that he could claim his bounty and be free. At no point did escaping seem to be on his mind.
Captain Morgan sent me to find a map of the Grand Line.
And there just happens to be another person searching for the same map that Luffy is looking for. Man, someone really wanted him to have a crew today, didn't they?
All maps pertaining to the Grand Line are kept under lock and key in his private office.
That kind of seems like private information you shouldn't tell someone that obviously doesn't belong in the map room.
Hey, you're that girl from the bar.
Of all the Marines on this base, Nami manages to bump into the one Marine she stole a uniform from. How small is this Marine base? Or how unlucky is Nami?
What's your name, Private?
Nami, sir?
Using your real ass name when you're trying to pretend to be a fake ass officer.
Are those his keys?
How? Morgan was an arm's length away from Nami that entire conversation. And those are metal keys. Do you know how loud those things are? Replay that scene and here's what it would sound like. Clang, 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 jingle, 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 clang, clang, clang. Fortunately for the heroes, Captain Morgan's office has no safeguards or security beyond a chunky padlock and the script sending him straight to the only 2 Marines who know what's going down.
People like you believe in something and you don't even know what it is.
Religion. Oh, f off. If you're just gonna let your character stumble luck their way into the secret button, I rapidly lose all my cares. Give me a puzzle or a riddle or at least a fucking layer of dust on the axes that aren't the secret switch.
Do you think they know we're here?
No. I think they're after the other thief, an idiot pirate trying to steal a map.
I'm beginning to think that a lot of the characters in this show would be better than Luffy at TVSins.
I have an idea.
Why does this work? Does he have super strength too? The immovable object shouldn't be bested by the stretchiest force. It should just keep stretching until you run out of universe. Some physicist, probably. Listen, I know that there are some shenanigans going on with Luffy, but that doesn't explain how Nami survives this. Her organs should be decorating this courtyard. I'm loving everything that Nami is doing here, but Luffy just seems to be throwing punches around instead of using his Mr. Fantastic powers. Maybe he'll find some extra gears down the road. Alvida, Koby, Nami, and Shanks all seem pretty shocked when they first see Luffy's powers, but some people, like Morgan here, brush it aside as if it's nothing. So are superpowers like this the norm in this world or not? Because I feel like it should be one or the other.
I'll go high, you go low.
I'll go high, you go low cliche, which always sounds superficially impressive, but it's so vague I can't imagine how it's ever a tactic two people truly see the vision behind. I guess Captain Morgan is just going to stand there honorably and allow Zoro to do all of his prep work instead of just attacking.
So that's where it goes.
I mean, if that's where it's meant to go, why isn't the handle smaller or remotely looked like it's meant to be gripped by teeth?
Win!
Heroes that announce their finishing moves.
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
Heroes that acknowledge they just announced their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
Shows that acknowledge that heroes announcing their finishing moves is dumb, but still have their main heroes do it anyway. Escarphone. Also, setting your ringtone to the noise the Witch Doctor made in the original Crash Bandicoot games. Wait, I thought those wanted posters were just a bit of exposition for us. Did he actually just swipe at it? Why doesn't he think a floating poster of himself facing an audience he shouldn't know is there is super fucking weird? Pirate clowns. What? Does that need any further explanation? Would you like me to mail you my soiled pants too?
Why should I sail with any of you? 4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
If there's a place you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map.
The ocean is pretty big and kind of dangerous.
There's a big surprise. That's an incredible. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
Donkey, don't eat that.
You'll soon find out that some wizarding families are better than others, Potter. You don't want to go making friends with the wrong sort.
From poor families, how far we roam. From poor families, how far we roam. So the rich kids can just stay at home. So the rich kids can just stay at home.
I'm Zoro, Zoro, the pirate hunter.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
I forgot to put on sunscreen.
Oh, that's what you should have done.
Good grief, he's naked! Meow, meow.